This is Bishop Dr. Truman Burst. Master Herbalist, coming to you from Good Shepherd Ministries.
herbalhealthreview.com, and I'm there, and I'm on that website, and I'm bringing up a screen capture. We're waiting for people to finish coming into the room, and I'm just showing you how we do this broadcast and all the ways that you can join it, because now I'm going to click on, now that I brought up herbalhealthreview.com, I'm going to click on Discoveries in Health, and it's a discussion tab, and there it is. Over on the right hand side there's a donate button that keeps this ministry going, so know that you can support this ministry of helping people, and especially the poor who can't donate anything and they need help. And very few ministries address that issue. They're not interested in the poor who can't put donations in the collection box. This ministry is different. We help everyone. And if someone comes to me and they want to know how people are getting rid of diabetes in 3 to 6 weeks, or kidney failure, or high blood pressure, or cancer, and they want to know what the latest information. I'm not diagnosing, I'm not prescribing, I'm just sharing information about what science knows about this, or what we know from ancient times till now. What are the natural remedies that help people, that give them the opportunity to be well again, to not have cancer, to not have diabetes, to not have high blood pressure, to not to have kidney disorders or any other health issue. And so for 56 years, I've researched this. And now, finally, technology has caught up. Because I was there before there were computers, digging through the information that was available, rubbing elbows with other herbalists that you may have never heard of before. Eva Jensen, Bernard Jensen, and Dr. Christopher. And there's so many. There are so many. And I was privileged to learn from the Indians, the Iroquois, and was taken under the wing of an Iroquois Indian medicine woman. And so I've been very privileged and very spirit-filled and spirit-led to find out what are the real natural remedies. And that's what we talk about here. That's what we share. And again, it's a discussion. Anytime you want to, talk, we can talk. All you have to do is press your star key on your telephone. If you're over the telephone, press your star key 2 times, and you're able to talk. And we want you to. We want to know what you want to talk about, because I'm spirit-filled and spirit-led. When you ask me a question about just about anything, the spirit within me tells me, guides me to the information that I give you instantly. And I've been doing this for 56 years. I do it in prayer. I do it through the Spirit. I do it in the name of Yeshua, and I do it praising, worshiping, and thanking our Father which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Ahaya Ashar Ahaya. And I come praising, worshiping, and thanking the Most High, and I do it all day long, every day. And it's a blessing to live this way and to help people all day long, over the telephone, over the computer, over Facebook, and to be at my age, 76 years old, and still have the zeal and the ability to do it. It's a blessing. I'm blessed, and I'm sharing that blessing. And I want you to be totally healthy, happy, not on any medications. I'm not on any medications, and you shouldn't be either. They're not necessary. No. Once you know the answer. And a microphone is opened up here. So let's ask someone there in Virginia. Do you have a question, a comment, or a testimony? Go ahead and go ahead. Shalom.
Shalom. Brother Truman, how are you? I was just calling in. I'm just listening in, but I did want to give my praise report. I was battling with my kidneys, and I am doing so much better, and I have my energy back. I'm using a restroom like I'm supposed to. I'm not sleepy or tired anymore, and I just wanted to thank you for all your help, and all praise be to the Most High, Ahaya.
All praises to the Most High, Ahaya. And folks, that's the way that it is. And that's the way that it should be. And we need to share this information because we have brothers and sisters out there who are suffering. And they're suffering and they're dying. And no one is coming to help because they don't know where to go. They don't know about us. They don't know about this free broadcast. They don't know about that free website where they can get all this information and look at all these videos. They don't know about it. They don't know that there's help. And we need to spread the word. We need to let people know that there's this system where you can call an herbalist over the telephone. And if you can afford a donation, then he asks for $100 one time, and that's me. I ask for $100 one time, so that and then I will do a complete health plan for you in writing. Send it to you in an email. If you have a situation that requires blood work and more maybe a hair analysis or a urine analysis, well then we have Dr. Miles over there in Austin, Texas that does that for us, and he'll be on the broadcast a little bit later. Dr. Miles will join us, but we have a complete system to make sure that you get natural care. That you get the natural care, and if it's and that we understand by the blood work, by the urine analysis, by the hair analysis, exactly what's going on in the body. And with our years and years, because he's a couple of years younger than I am, and he's been doing this for decades and decades, and I have, and I have invented many products for him over these years. I'm the herbalist, and he's the naturopathic doctor, and I work with a lot of naturopathic doctors and a few MDs as well. There are some people who are open-minded and more interested in a natural approach instead of poisoning people with these poison chemical drugs until they're dead. And that's the system that that the pharmaceutical industry has set up. Works wonderful for them, but it's killing Americans, and it's worse. It's making them more sick. It's making them suffer more. It's making them to linger in pain and suffering, and that's what we need to, and that's why we need to spread the word about this system, where you can call me on the telephone. My telephone number is 503-362-5899. You can call me. Many of you have spoken to me, not for just 5 minutes either, maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour. And many of you have not been able to give me a donation, and I understand that, and I respect it. And I don't ask for it when people can't. But if they can, I deeply appreciate it. I ask for it. I ask for $100. That's right, for a complete health plan. And if you can't afford it, well, then I'll take whatever you can afford. And if you can't afford that, you can't afford anything, I will do it for free. And that's what I've done. And people have said, well, no wonder you can't pay your trash bill. No wonder your phone is always cut off. Well, that's a true ministry. That happens, and there are many people. There are so many people who can't give a donation. And I respect it, and I'll always help those people. And that's the kind of ministry that this should be and is and will always be. So that's who we are. That's what we're doing here. And I want to thank the lady in Virginia, Sierra. I want to thank her for her testimony, because people are getting helped. And if you know somebody who's suffering, well, then if you're their friend, let them know about this system, because it starts with being able to call me. It has this broadcast where they can call in from anywhere in the world. This is an international broadcast available, and all that information is right here on herbalhealthreview.com. It gives you the telephone number to call in over the telephone. It gives you the telephone access number if you're international, if you happen to be in China or somewhere else, or Ecuador or anywhere. There is an international access number to this broadcast. And if you have a computer or a smartphone or a tablet, you can join this broadcast by going to www.uberconference.com/Truman8. And if that wasn't enough, we are simultaneously available on Uber over the Google Hangout. That's what I'm trying to say. Google Hangout. And there's a button there, a green button, says Discoveries in Health, live video discussion. That's Google Hangout button, and that's with live audio video. So I'm looking at myself making a video of this broadcast. And I'm looking at the screen capture of the herbalhealthreview.com and all the ways to join the broadcast. And then below that is a box, and it has 123 videos of these broadcasts with screen capture. And you're looking at me, you're looking at the report that I'm reading, and then I click over here, and you're looking at everybody in the room. Now, I didn't know how to do that. I just envisioned it. I had a vision years ago, and I waited for this technology to be able to do this. Then I went to the greatest computer wizard. Well, not a wizard. He's a genius. He's a God-fearing genius, and he's a good man. And his name is Gary Headley, and he happens to be a genius with computers. And we got somebody calling in, and that's Mr. Tompkins. Let's see what he's got on his mind. See, now we're going to take a telephone call. Yes, sir. I'm on that. I'm on that worldwide broadcast right now. How you doing? Oh, you're going to talk with me later? Okay, and you're welcome to join that broadcast, brother. All right.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.
Okay, appreciate you too. All praise to the Most High. All right. So there was somebody who wanted to have a private conversation with me, and you can do that. That's how available that I am. I'm so available during the broadcast. I can take a telephone call. I can take a telephone call on a landline. I can take a telephone call over my computer anywhere in the world. And all of this technology, I did dirt cheap. I had to because I don't have a budget for it. I could use a supporter or an entrepreneur or someone who could help me to take all of the technology and all the products that I've invented and so forth that I get nothing from. That's right. I don't get anything from the sale of any product. I don't do that. If I did, our government would have crucified me long ago. They tried and they failed. Because I didn't do that. Because I don't do that. Because this is a true ministry, and when the judge saw that, the judge laid into the FDA and chastised them and told them to never come back into her courtroom ever again, never file any more paperwork against me because she won't have it. They would be in big trouble if they did. So they don't bother me. So now they just pick on, everybody else in the health food industry because they hate health food. They love drugs. It keeps you sick. Those drugs keep you sick. Those and that pharmaceutical poison. Well, it gives them over $4 billion every year. Over $4 billion to destroy the health food industry because it's competition. They don't want natural remedies. They don't want you to be well. They don't want you to have not suffer. They want you to suffer and come to them for their poison drugs till you're dead. That's their system. It works brilliantly for them. Everybody's suffering with something, and everybody's on some kind of a medication and wish they could get off because they realize it's not helping and it's beginning to hurt, and they're even suffering more and more. So that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. And that's how it works. So go over on that herbalhealthreview.com, herbalhealthreview.com, click on Discoveries in Health tab. And that's all the ways to join this broadcast. That's where all these videos are. And that list is growing every month. You got another 2 or 3 videos up there with screen capture. And that's what we're doing. So you need to know the system. But that's not the end of the system. No. Then anytime that you're on if you go to herbalhealthreview.com and you want to know about alopecia, hair loss, well, then you go to common conditions. So you go to herbalhealthreview.com, then you click on common conditions, and then you go down to alopecia. Or you can go to H for hair. It's in both places. And you click on the link. And it brings up, I went to A for alopecia because it's at the top. and it talks about it. And it describes it. And as it describes it, and it talks about different herbs like saw palmetto, and then you can click, I'm looking at saw palmetto because for alopecia, saw palmetto in recent scientific studies has shown that herb, saw palmetto berries, has shown that the saw palmetto berries may have beneficial effects for those suffering from male pattern baldness and other conditions associated with excessive DHT. That's a male hormone. dehydrotestosterone, and it's because this excessive DHT, it kills the follicles, and you get male pattern baldness. Well, if you knew about stinging nettles and saw palmetto, well, then you can avoid that. And it talks about all the different things you can do to avoid losing your hair and to increase hair growth and the beauty of your hair. And so if I'm looking at that as it's talking about saw palmetto, I click on it. Boom. It takes me to where I can see the product. Now I'm looking at saw palmetto berries, and I'm seeing that it's about $10.70 for an ounce, and you can get larger sizes for a discount. You think up to 30% off larger sizes. Now, so you're direct with the manufacturer here. That's why you can do that. This is a formulation and a system and a product that I created and get nothing from. And that's right. And now I go down there and it talks about it. What's in it? Saw palmetto berries, structured water. That's that alkaline water that they keep talking about. Well, it's made with pure, structured alkaline water and 20% alcohol. Unless you want vegetable glycerin, it's available as a alcohol tincture extract or a vegetable glycerin extract. And then it gives you the directions and the instructions here. 6 drops if you're real sensitive, 30 drops in the mouth. Usually in the mouth is the best. Hold it in your mouth under your tongue. And it can be taken 3 times daily. And you shake well before you use it. Every time you use a liquid, you always shake it up and down. Okay, make sure the cap's on there good. And it gives a precaution. You want to keep it out of the reach of children. You know, it's not going to hurt anybody, but we just always do that anyway. And that's the rule. And so we keep it out of the reach of children. Wouldn't hurt them if they drank the whole bottle. But anyway, disclaimer. There's a disclaimer on every label, on every page. And of course, the FDA, evil as they are, they ignore that as if you didn't. As if you didn't. They're so evil. But anyway, and so it goes on. Here's a disclaimer. And here's what it says. The information presented herein by Health and Herbs. Now, because we're on their website, we're looking at their product. They're the manufacturer. And it says that the Health and Herbs, it's intended for educational purposes only. And these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, although they have, they're liars, and are not intended to discuss, cure, or prevent disease. And individual results may vary, and before using any supplements, it's always advisable to consult with your own healthcare provider. That's right. You want to know what is in any food. It's a food in the first place. They are so evil they call it a drug. This is true. They call drugs food and food drugs because that's how nuts they are. And that's how they are. We have a very upside down federal agency with badges and guns and a $4 billion budget to destroy health food. I'd say we got a problem, folks. Now, now we're back over here on Uber Conference, but that's how this works. We have all these pages, all this information. You go from looking at a report. It takes you out of the information. You can't buy anything here. You can go up to the common condition page. It used to be on every page, but now it's only on the common condition page, where it gives you the opportunity to make a donation. And again, please make a donation. Go to that website and press that donate button and give what you can. And believe me, even $5 helps when when your rent is due and you can't pay it. $5 helps. So this is what keeps us going. So there's that donate button. It's whenever you press common conditions, you're looking at the egg, you look over to the right, it says donate. And I even think maybe at the bottom of every page, it might say donate. Let me look here. Nope, that's it. Okay, so that's where that donate button is, and I want you to know that. Now, we're going back over here to, so that's how it works. Here we are on common conditions, and every time you click on a product, it takes you over to betterhealthherbs.com. So that's your other resource, because that is my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren, and I get nothing from the sale of any product. I only get something from that donation button. That's what keeps this ministry going, and I need donations. Now, so that's how this system works. So now you have me you can call. You've got the herbalhealthreview.com website. You've got the Discoveries in Health program where you can call in and you can give your testimony. You can ask questions. You can ask me to talk about particular health problems. I'm not diagnosing or prescribing. I'm simply talking about my latest research and sharing the information. That's what I do. Now, that and that's a system. So you've got all this information, and you've got all this access to me over the telephone. You've got this website with all the research all about me, and I don't own the website. I don't own any website. And so you've got the herbalhealthreview.com, and when you click on any product, it takes you over to betterhealthherbs.com. That's the manufacturer, and that's your other resource, because they don't just manufacture all of these products, and they will answer your questions about all of these products. They will help you with free consultations about what you're working on. They'll talk about the research. Again, they're not diagnosing or prescribing either, but they will share the information about what they know about the products and the research. And since they're experts, you've got a free resource. That's a fantastic resource. And even better than that, all you have to do is say, I need a discount. I'm with GOCC, and they'll give you a discount off of the products. So it's really a wonderful and a complete system where you have access to information, access to products, and this is exactly what the federal government does not want you to have, and they have done everything to destroy it. So far, I guess the next movie is just to kill me. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised at all. That's what they do. There's a lot of doctors, natural doctors, talking about natural products that aren't. They're dying. Mysterious deaths of doctors. A lot of them. So it's a very interesting, evil situation so I may not be here all that long. You want to take advantage of this information and of this system, because it is absolutely hated by the pharmaceutical industry and the federal government that perpetuates them.